This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a Bosch dishwasher that isn't draining. This is really easy to solve. It'll just take you a couple of minutes, barely need any tools at all. Oftentimes it isn't really the dishwasher, but it's a thing called the air gap, which is part of the drain mechanism over by the kitchen faucet. So we open this up, we notice that it's full of water. Water is all the way up to the top of the filter handle, which is normal. That's how much water should be in there when it's running. But this is at the end of the cycle, so the water never left. So I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on, and start a cycle. First thing it should do when you start a cycle is it should drain. And noticing nothing's happening, so I'm going to press the start button for about 45 seconds. I see it say 001. That means it reset the computer, and now it should do a drain cycle. I close it, and I don't see anything happening. So I'm going to do a little work here on this air gap. I pulled off the silver piece here, and then I'm going to pull off this white piece by prying in with a standard head screwdriver on the two plastic tabs, and then I can lift it right off. Just take your time here to be able to pry off that plastic piece. On some air gaps you actually unscrew that white plastic piece. And most of them though you have to kind of pry it off. Alright, there we go. And now when we set it to drain, just by closing the door it'll activate the drain. What we notice is we get a column of water squirting up. Usually the column only goes about 3 inches high. This one shot way up, so it means there's something partially blocking that small inner white tube. So I reached in there with some really narrow needle nose pliers, but you could use anything small to see if you can scoop out whatever debris might be in there. In this case we found there was a piece of plastic, probably from some part of the dishwasher, some part of the trays that got caught in there. So we just pull that thing out. You could also take like a straightened coat hanger and push it down into this air gap. So you want to push it down into the more narrow, smaller hole there in the very middle. And this is the piece I got out of there. But you often find seeds get caught in there, and it's just a common point where things get snagged, or a little fishbone. So I'm letting the water shoot now right up into this silver cap. I'm just testing how much water comes out when I close the door and the drain activates. And when I did that, I got a big column of water shot out. So the drain is doing really good. Whatever was in there is no longer blocking it. I think it was that little piece of plastic. So we're pretty much ready to reassemble. There's a very common problem for not Bosch, but just all dishwashers that have these air gaps. This little white cap, by the way, only goes in one way, so if it doesn't click in, just flip it around and it'll click back in. So we get that all back in position. We're going to press that start button for about 4 or 5 seconds to get a drain command going. I just want to make sure it's all working well. And we can hear it draining really well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, sounds good. So we open it up. We're just going to take a look in there, and all the water drained out. Great. So if you ever want to do a reset, just press that start button more than 3 seconds, usually about 4 to 5 seconds, and that'll reset the computer and also get it draining again, because it activates the drain cycle. So this is the correct amount of water when it's as high as that filter handle. That means the water fill system is working great. And then at the end of the cycle, if you still have that water left, you can press this start button until it says 001. Then when you close it, you should hear the drain kick in. It'll kind of go in spurts for the first 4 or 5 seconds, and then you'll have a continuous drain. And this one fully drained, actually drained pretty fast. So this just needed that air gap unclogged, and it's a very common, very easy problem to fix. So I hope this gets your dishwasher draining again and working well. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance so we can send you some more repair videos. Thanks so much.